Welcome to the Krystal Clear Life Podcast. Hey there, I'm Krystalore Crews, your host and CEO of Crews Beyond Limits. I'm here to bring you clarity, confidence, and connection. Life's twists and turns are inevitable, but together we will embrace the chaos and live a more fulfilling life. So put your seatbelt on, it's a wild ride. Get ready for inspiring stories, actionable tips, and a whole lot of fun. Let's dive in and make each day crystal clear. Come with me. Hey, my friends, welcome back. This is episode 4 of the Krystal Clear Life Podcast. Super excited to dive into today's message. Today, I really want to focus on my biggest desire for you and all of humankind. All right, we all have 1,440 minutes in a day. Everyone has the same amount of time. And my mission is to help empower you to put yourself and your health first for just 34 minutes a day so we can reduce the stress and overwhelm of life and live a more fulfilling life. And who doesn't want that? And with only 1,440 minutes, if you were to take math in public, right, take 34 minutes divided by the 1,440, that comes out to 2% of your day. So when you think about it like that, when we think about going after our big dreams, our big audacious, bodacious goals, it seems overwhelming. It seems insurmountable. But when we think about 2%, just 2% of your day, taking some actionable steps each and every day to get you to that next level version of you, to achieve your dreams and goals, to have more zest for life and energy and feel better in our clothes. So people are going to love being around us more, right? So that's the true freedom. That's what my desire is for you. I can tell you how many people come to me and they're like, I want to lose 10 pounds. I feel uncomfortable. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I can barely climb up the stairs without being out of breath. And this is when we unpack and unpeel their habits and their dreams and desires for their life, we start to realize that we just need to make small incremental changes over time. Small things add up to huge results. And it's what I like to call the compound effect. It's a combination of things. And so what I've recognized over time, especially dealing with a lot of clients and even in my own health journey, that we need to make sure that we take our health and our fitness and our emotional and physical wellness seriously. And there's been a time in my life, many times in my life, where I got knocked down and I had to get up again. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to get me down because I have the tools. I have the strategies. All right, and there were times, like, for instance, when I was in that wheelchair, when I was an NFL cheerleader, I went from NFL cheerleader to a wheelchair. And I shot for my first apartment in a wheelchair. Or the times that I had to figure out what I was going to do just when I was starting my business. It was so uncomfortable. And it felt like I got knocked down. And what happens in those moments is that we get so frustrated, we get so overwhelmed that just taking one step is sometimes very, very difficult, let alone reaching that whole next level and achieving this whole grand big goal. Maybe it's 10 pounds, maybe it's 100 pounds, maybe it's starting a business, maybe it's writing a book. And small actionable steps each and every day will help you so much more over time. So your non-negotiables and your standards for your life they have to be a part of your being. And starting new habits is tough, right? So when I got out of that wheelchair, I had to crawl before I could walk, before I could run. I had to eat healthy. I had to get therapy. I had to go to the doctors. I had to do what I needed to do each day to get me one step closer. Fast forward, this is 20 years later. I've run 26 marathons and a 50-mile race, and I don't take ibuprofen to this day. Did that happen overnight? No. I had to do small things each and every day. I had to modify my workouts. I had to take one step at a time. I always say one step, one repetition at a time. In the Crews Beyond Limits, no matter what club, we have the virtual HIT camp. It's an online fitness program. We always say it's one step, one rep at a time. And we're here to meet you wherever you're at. Wherever you're at in the world, wherever you're at in your fitness journey, we recognize that we must show up for the small needle-making moves each and every day because our health is our wealth. You can have all the money in the world and then be empty inside. You can have all the money in the world but be on oxygen. So my hope and my desire is for you to put your oxygen mask on first, just like they do when the plane takes off. And I travel all over the world. I have that put your oxygen mask on first. I have that memorized. But why can't you have that memorized? My hope for you is that you put your oxygen mask on first and that you spend at least 32 minutes a day for you, yourself, your health, your goals, your fitness, your wellness, your business, your future self. Well, thank you. And so I want to dive into this 34-minute mindset real quick. So 34 minutes of your day is 2% of your day, small incremental movements each and every day that will add up, right? So it's 2 minutes of goal setting, gratitude, and intentions each and every day. So figure out, what are your goals? What are you aiming toward? And in the Krystal Clear Life Planner, that was my first book that inspired me to write this podcast and start this podcast, we map out the intentions, the gratitude. When we start our day with gratitude and intentions, it puts us in the driver's seat. It puts us in the offense rather than the defense and reaction mode and anxiety and stress and pressure and all the things, right? So when we start with 2 minutes of gratitude and goal setting and intentions to get crystal clear on the things that we need to achieve, the small needle-making moves that we can do today to make this a great day. And I always say, let's make it a great day. We're going to make it a great day, and it's the perspective. And it's by that, having that lean-in approach to gratitude, being grateful for all the things that have happened so far, all the things that you've been through, all the things that you've grown through. And in the last 24 hours, because we do this every single day, in the last 24 hours, who impacted you? Who can you thank today? Right? Who or what helped you in the last 24 hours, get you to where you're at today? And so I spend each and every morning thinking about the people, the places, the spaces, the things, the blessings, and I slow down the brain and I sink them in each and every morning. So starting with gratitude and then starting with a powerful affirmation, an I am statement. I am made for more. I am a CEO and a role model. Okay, so whatever, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am capable, I am resilient, I am proud, I am loyal, I am kind, all of the things. Pick one, anyone, pick 3. But start with that because that's going to put you in the forward, lean in, all in mentality. That's going to make you make it a great day because we have intention. And one of the best compliments that I've been receiving lately is, Krystal, you're the most intentional human on the planet that I've ever met. And that just warms my heart because I've worked so hard at this to be intentional. When I was in a wheelchair, when I was diagnosed with cancer, when I was going through identity crises, I didn't know where to start. And all I did was just take one step at a time. And then I got a little bit more clear, and a little bit more clear, and a little bit more clear, and then a lot more clear, and then a lot more louder, and then a lot bigger, and then my energy grew, and my motivation grew, and my accomplishments grew, and here I am. But it's because I took intentional daily activities in pursuit of what was setting my soul on fire, like my life depends on it, because it does. And so often when we're faced with difficult challenges or diagnoses or illness or transitions in life, relationships, or business, it can knock us down if we let it. Or we can pick back up and feel and deal and heal and have a perspective that we are here for the next level version of us. And we're going to have a positive lean in, all in action each and every day. So 2 minutes of goal setting and intentions, right? We say, okay, what are we going to focus on today? Each and every day, I pick one of my 10 goals that I'm going to focus on today. All right. So say, for instance, I have this retreat coming up, right? So the last couple of weeks, it's like, I will sell out this retreat. That is the goal that I'm going towards. So my priorities after that are going to align with that goal in mind. So shout out, send me an Instagram message if you want to come to the retreat. Shameless plug, right? So my goal is to sell out these epic transformational women's wellness retreats. And I've done it so many times. So I know that it's possible. I write it down every single day. And that brings the intention to the forefront of my mind to say, okay, what are the priorities and what are the small moves that we're going to do today that are in line with that goal? So we're laser focused, we're crystal clear in the intention of the actions that we're going to take today. If we're not crystal clear and we're not laser focused on the intention that we're going to have for the day, then we can let other people's priorities and phone calls and the text messages and social media and Netflix and all the other things, all the noise creep in. And then we get to the end of the day, and we'll talk about the reflections at the end of the day, how this goes. But we get to the end of the day and we're feeling depleted. We're feeling shameful. We're feeling regretful. We're feeling empty. We're feeling resentful because we let other people take over our day. So when we start with an intention, we start with gratitude, we start with this all in, then we map out our priorities. And we say, okay, what are the 5 things that we need to do to make it a great day today? Not the 20 million things. And y'all, if you're in my community, you probably you're a high achiever, you love checklists, you love checking things off your list. All right. Shout out to my checklist people and spreadsheet people. I love you. You are so organized and I need you in my life. All right. We'll talk about personalities on another podcast, but this is what I do. I actually help corporations figure out what your personality type is. All right. And so I always said, put your seatbelt on. It's a wild ride because I have like 12 tabs open, YouTube's playing in the background, lots of squirrels. So I may kind of veer off, but I always circle back. So I'm going to bring you back to the 2 minutes of intention and goal setting and gratitude. All right. Figuring out what your priorities are that are in line with your intention for the day. So we don't get derailed. So we don't have the noise and the squirrel moments. And then we're left depleted at the end of the day. I want you to feel accomplished, that you check things off. And sometimes, y'all, I actually add things to my checklist that I did that weren't on my original checklist so I can check it off because it just feels good. Why not? Okay? So do what feels good. Do what feels right to make sure that you're making it a great day. Okay? And then lastly, this is still 2 minutes in the morning. I know it seems like a lot, but I'm really unpacking this for you because this is the system that everyone's like, how do you do all that you do in a day? How do you have so much energy? How do you accomplish like 6 lives in one? Krystal, you're such a high performer. There's a lot going on there. I want to give you these tangible tips and tools and strategies so that you too can achieve more. You too can live a more fulfilling life. You too can have this energy in your own way. Okay, so then next thing we do is we say, who can I make smile today? Who can I make smile today? And then I go back to my gratitude list, right, of who has impacted me in the last 24 hours. And I say, okay, can I pick one of those people to send a message to today? Just say how grateful and blessed I am that they're in my life and that they made an impact on me. So we don't have to overcomplicate this. It's not like we have to think too much about it. If it's forefront in your mind and you're intentional, then that can be easy and it's coming from the heart. It's not forced, but it's a part of my routine every single day. And some of y'all have gotten messages from me, right? So I'd love to hear messages from you too of what resonates with you within this podcast, what you'd like to see, because my mission is to help shorten that time period of self-doubt and overwhelm for you, give you tangible tips and strategies to help you move and accelerate your life, accelerate your fitness, accelerate your business, amplify your relationships. Okay? So this is 2 minutes in the morning. Then we have 30 minutes of movement. Okay? So we're talking about the 34-minute mindset. We started with 2 minutes of gratitude, goal setting, and intentions, priorities. Okay? We map out our day, we time block, and then we figure out where in our day can we do 30 minutes of movement, at least 30 minutes of movement. And in the Crews Beyond Limits, no matter what club, they're 30-minute workouts. It's high-intensity interval training and kickboxing moves. 30 minutes including warm up and cool down. No equipment. So all you need is a water bottle, a sweat towel, and a positive attitude. So a carpet or a yoga mat. No equipment. All right, there's modifications to meet you where you're at. And so 30 minutes of movement, if it's my workouts, because we're efficient creatures, we don't have to go to a gym, no fancy studio is like what I always say. It's just you and me. And I come alive on this camera just like I am right here, right now. Is you get all parts of me. So I go live 3 times a week, so you don't have to leave your house. So you can have my workouts for 30 minutes a day, or you can go for a walk, yoga, hiking, biking, CrossFit, knitting, whatever it is to stay active, sweat. It is summer here, and I'm shooting this right now from Buffalo, New York, in my hometown. And it's about 90 degrees, y'all. I am sweating because we had to turn off the air conditioning to do this. I'm like sweating in a garage right now. This is no fancy studio, right? I have it's hot. But we got to get the heart rate up. We got to sweat. If it doesn't challenge you, it's not going to change you. So we got to get our heart rate going. We have to be challenged for 30 minutes each and every day. Okay? So that's the 30 minutes. And then finally, the last 2 minutes are 2 minutes of 2 minutes of celebration and reflection. 2 minutes of celebration and reflection at the end of every single day. So we say, what were our wins today? What did we accomplish? And for those moms and entrepreneurs out there, maybe you took a shower before noon. That's something to be proud of. That's a win. Maybe you landed a deal. Maybe you got a promotion. Maybe you had a difficult conversation that you were afraid to have. Maybe you just went to www.google.com or youtube.com. Or maybe you looked up KrystaloreCrews.com and you went on my website and you're like, I need to hire a coach. Right? That's an action. That's a win. Those are small, consistent actions that you can sink in at the end of every single day and say, I accomplished something today. Okay? So map out your wins at the end of every single day. Big wins, small wins, everything in between. Map it out so you sink it in, how you honored and celebrated your day. Because every day is a gift. And there's been times in my life where I thought my life was over. And so I live each day with intention, and I celebrate and honor each day, and I sink it into my nervous system, and I slow down the process. And in the past, my friends, everyone used to be like, wow, you do so much in a day. Slow down. You're doing too much. And that used to trigger me because I'm like, no, I just have this feeling that I want to just live more life while I'm here. That's why I don't own a television. That's why I don't watch Netflix. Like I have too much to do, too much to see, too many people to impact, right? But I've also learned a nice balance to be able to pull back, to rest and recover and reflect and quiet the noise to honor and own each day. So yes, I accomplished so much and I'm all in, right? But then I can also dial it back. And I have daily practices to help me stay grounded, stay focused, stay intentional in the pursuit of what is setting my soul on fire. And that is to be here for you, my friends. So I have to make sure that I am at top of my game. I put myself and my health first so I have the energy to stand up here before you. So I have the mental clarity. I don't have a script. I speak from the heart. I have a 3x5 card, right? No fancy studio here. 3x5 card with a couple bullets. I haven't even looked at it yet. Right? That's it. So I'm here because I am aligned in my God's given gifts and what I'm called to do in this earth, why I'm on this earth for you while I'm here. So I'm pouring into me, myself, my health. I'm getting coached. I'm getting mentored. I'm doing this work. I've seen so many coaches and even authors out there that they put out all these systems, but then they don't do them themselves. I'll tell you, this work works when you do the work because I've done it and I do it every single day. Now, am I perfect? Do I do it every single day? Almost every single day. All right? But I know that the system works, and when I don't do it, I feel it. Okay? If I don't celebrate and honor each day, and I have a couple days that go by, or I miss a workout, which is very rare, if I miss a part of my being, a part of my standard for my life, I feel out of alignment. I feel icky. I feel shame. I feel regret. And most importantly, I feel pain. And we don't want to feel pain. So the pain of staying where you're at right now, it probably hurts. You're probably tired and you don't want to take any action and you don't want to move or you don't want to get out of bed or whatever the things that you want to do. But I'm telling you, my friends, if you put in the work each and every day and you honor and sink in the small needle-making moves in the pursuit of what is setting your soul on fire to get you to that next level, I promise you your life will change. And there's been months and years that have gone by, and like I'm about to celebrate 7 years in business with Cruise Beyond Limits, almost 7 years. I went from an identity crisis, moving away from everything I knew, my hometown here in Buffalo, New York, to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, a small, tiny area. And I was broke, without a job, and complete identity crisis. And I had to roll up my sleeves. After 6 months, no one would hire me. I had to take things off my resume. I got so much discrimination and closed doors. And I'm so grateful for all those closed doors because it gave me the opportunity to ask myself a clarifying question of, Krystal, what can you do right now with what you've got? And I started to get crystal clear in what I wanted to do to impact the world and what my next mission was. And my mission is recognizing that I didn't always take my health and fitness seriously. I'm a small human. I'm 4'11 3/4, right? And so I was an NFL cheerleader. I was a dancer. I was a runner. I was a performer, right? So my body is constantly moving. I have a high metabolism. But there have been times where my body shut down because I wasn't taking my health and fitness seriously. So the body will shut down and it will give you clues and cues to slow down. All right. So I have not listened to some of those, or I have stayed in toxic, abusive relationships when I shouldn't have. All right. And so I said, all right, I have these tools. I got back up so many times, but let's create a system. Let's create a movement where this can be a preventative medicine, a preventative approach, preventative maintenance, instead of waiting till it's too late. Instead of waiting for you to call me when you're sitting on your bathroom floor or your kitchen floor, sick and tired of being sick and tired and exhausted and depressed and overwhelmed. Why not create a system and a rhythm and a routine that feels good? It's a long-standing lifestyle. No fad diet, no quick fix, no magic pill, no reactive mode, no crisis intervention. It's like, I feel good every day. I'm trained for life. And I spent 22 years in the military, the United States Air Force, and what we said was like, you got to be fit to fight. We took a physical fitness assessment each and every year. Every year. It was a minute of push-ups, a minute of sit-ups, and a 1.5 mile run. How much can you do in those? And that was the litmus test. Now, so many people would only do that fitness test once a year. But yours truly, I was fit to fight every single day. Because I've spent that time in that reaction mode and that trying to get back out of the hole mode, trying to pick myself back up mode. I tell you, that's not fun. And it's 10 times harder to get out of that space. But why not have a set of standards and daily non-negotiables? So this is the 34-minute mindset, to be able to say, I am in control. I am in the driver's seat of my life. And I have standards and healthy habits to have a holistic approach to my health and fitness. So it's a mind-body-spirit connection that we know what we need to do to stay healthy, to stay clear, to be more confident, to have more energy. And why not put your oxygen mask on first? Why not give yourself that gift? This is my wish for you. Give yourself the gift of self-care, of self-love, of doing what you need. With this 34-minute mindset, it is just the start. It's just the beginning. But it's something that you can wrap your head around. It's only 2% of your day. 2 minutes in the morning, gratitude, goal setting, intentions, 30 minutes of movement. And I take out all the excuses. I have people in a wheelchair, people in their 70s. I have children that are 3 or 4 years old doing burpees with their mamas. I have husbands, neighbors, friends, family. So it's always, we take out all the excuses so that you can do the 30 minutes and then 2 minutes of reflection and celebration at the end of every single day. And part of this reflection is a self-awareness feedback loop for yourself to hold yourself accountable, right? So this is the self-accountability. And part of this in the Krystal Clear Life Planner, or you don't even need my planner. I mean, I would love for you to get it, krystalorecrews.com/planner, right? And I'll put in the show notes. But at the end of every single day, we say, okay, what were my emotions today? And as an emotional intelligence coach, I think it is very important for us to honor and recognize the emotions that are coming up each day. And what life stressors and pressures and what's happening in our ecosystem that is impacting how we showed up today and how we show up each and every day. So what were the emotions that came in? What got in the way of you achieving your priorities or your workout or your nutrition or your hydration? So let's get honest. Let's get crystal clear in how we did today. And then what can we do differently tomorrow? Let's have this contract and this conversation with ourselves. What could we do differently tomorrow to make tomorrow a better day? One day at a time. That's it. Stronger than yesterday, better than yesterday. Small incremental moves at a time. And so one last thing that I'd like to share with you is that every year I come up with a word or an acronym that I like to focus on because remember, I'm intentional, right? I'm intentional with every single 1,440 minutes in a day and my 34-minute mindset each and every day. So, and then I pan out. So the Krystal Clear Life Planner is a 90-day action plan to embrace chaos and live a fulfilling life. So we take small daily action, then we bring it up, we do a weekly intention, weekly review, then we do a monthly intention, a monthly review, and then we span out even more, 90 days at a time, so quarterly. We do quarterly vision board workshops. So in this community, there is constant self-accountability, but there's also community to help hold you accountable. So quarterly, we have these Zoom workshops. Okay, so they're 2-hour Zoom workshops where we go through the 8 pillars of your life. It's incredible. Great networking opportunity because you never know who's going to be in that room that can help unlock the next level version of you or help introduce you or help inspire you and help you take action and accelerate your life. Okay, so then we take it out even further. And at the start of every year, this year, my intentional word was CEO. And it's actually been my word the last couple of years. It's an acronym for CEO. So I want to just share this with you. You are the CEO of your life. I'm the CEO of Cruise Beyond Limits, right? I'm the CEO of a couple different businesses, actually. I have Revive and Thrive Retreats. I have Cruise Beyond Limits. I have the Cruise Coach. I have Cruise Beyond Limits Publishing, right? So I have so many different things that I'm doing. I'm the CEO of my life. And I've been in business almost 7 years now, being the CEO and my own boss. And it might look like rainbows, butterflies, and sunshine, but I'll tell you, I have had to step into the CEO role model mindset. So I want to share this with you today because I have to ask myself the question every single day, would I fire myself today? Because I don't have someone looking at the time. I don't have someone saying, oop, you're late for work again. Or you got to come in today. You can't take a vacation day. No, it's self-accountability. And so this breeds a whole nother level of accountability, especially when I have an incredible community of people that are counting on me. So I have to ask myself the question, would I fire myself today? And so I use the CEO mindset to be able to navigate each and every day with intention. So C stands for consistency. Okay, so consistent daily habits. And we talked about this with the 34-minute mindset. If you start there and you do that consistently, that consistency is going to bring momentum. It's going to bring progress. You're going to feel accomplished. And that, my friends, is going to breed more motivation and more like zest and energy. So consistent daily actions breed confidence. Okay? So we got to get clear on the consistent daily actions that are going to move the needle forward and pivot if need be. But no matter what, we're consistent. That's another one of the things that I'm very proud of. Every single day I'm consistent. I'm all over social media, every single channel. Make sure you're following me everywhere because I'm everywhere. That's intentional. I want to be everywhere and meet you wherever you're at. If your favorite platform is YouTube, great, I'm over there. If your favorite platform is Pinterest and you love design work, guess what? All of my podcast interviews and my speeches and challenges are over on Pinterest. And if you're not on Pinterest yet, it's like the second, y'all business owners, it's like the second most like search engine, Pinterest. And I have some incredible Pinterest coach that I can connect you with that helped me elevate my brand through Pinterest. If you like Instagram, I'm over there too. Follow me at The Cruise Coach. If you're on Facebook, Facebook is like my main space that I live in, right? But I also have a Twitch account. I have TikTok. I'm everywhere, right? Because there's something for everyone, right? And I'm here to meet you wherever you're at. But that consistent daily action to be everywhere each and every day, to be able to impact the world, because this 2% rule, only 2% of the population is actually consistent, that actually does this work. Because guess what, my friends? It's tough. It's hard stuff. Okay? So I want to improve that. I want to make it more than 2%. Why is it only just the 2% of the people that are successful, the 2% of the people that are consistent? I'm on a mission to empower everyone to put themselves and their health first for 34 minutes a day, to reduce the stress and overwhelm of life and live a more fulfilling life. Right? So I want everyone to adopt this policy. Yes, I'm going to make it a policy, the Cruise Beyond Limits policy, 34-minute mindset. Why not? Why not you? Is the biggest question. You're worth it. So that's the C in consistency. Next one is the E in CEO. So the E, I have two different E's. First of all, it's education. So we must build the skills and we got to build the skills to breed more confidence, right? So we got to know a little bit what we're doing, what we're talking about. So sometimes we need some education, right? So E stands for education, right? So sometimes we need maybe another certification. Maybe we need to go back to college. Maybe we need to take a class. Maybe we need a workshop, right? So we need some education. I got certified as a fitness coach, personal trainer, kickboxing coach. I even took classes to build a landing page, to build a website, right? I took many, many courses to build the skills and the tools that I have to bring the confidence, to bring this massive Cruise Beyond Limits brand to you all over the world. Without the knowledge and the education that I have, I wouldn't have the confidence that I have. And I'll tell you, for those of you entrepreneurs out there, I typically don't hire anyone unless I've done it myself, because I want to educate myself on the value in which who I'm hiring and who I'm bringing on my team. Okay, so anyways, E stands for education and execution. So we got to educate first, build the skills, build the confidence. We get more clear, we get more confident in what we're doing. And then we must execute. Okay? So we must execute. I can't even say these words now. We must execute. Okay? No fancy studio right here. So we can have all the education in the world, but if we don't take action right now, messy action, just like I'm doing here with this podcast, right? It's messy. This is just the beginning, my friends. And that's okay. But we must execute you can say, what can I do right now with what I've got? I have enough education. I have enough experience. I have enough credentials, as long as you have the basics, right? You get to move, take action, take messy action. I'll tell you, my first workout I did as a guest in someone else's Facebook group, I did it sideways. It was a sideways workout, and all the girls were like this, trying to work out like sideways. Right? It was messy, and they didn't tell me. They were so beautiful. They were so loving and so graceful with me. They didn't tell me till the very end, and I had no idea. But they're like, we still did it. We got the idea. But that first one was messy. But I'm so grateful. Now I've done over 700 workouts in the vault of the Cruise Beyond Limits community right now, live, on demand, because I've stayed consistent, but I executed, and I took messy action. When all the gyms shut down. My friend called me. She said, hey, you always teach all these workouts. Can you teach something online? Heck yes. What do I got? I got freeconferencecall.com. I know I have Facebook, and I have the skills and the education to be able to teach workouts online. And so what you see now of the Cruise Beyond Limits Virtual Hit Camp and the No Matter What Club, we're helping women and families and children and dance camps and cheer camps and people all over the world for just 34 minutes a day. And it's beautiful. But if I didn't execute and if I didn't start, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. You wouldn't have seen the growth. And I'm here to share all the journey. I'm super excited to bring this to you. So that's the E. So we have to educate, but then we execute. Okay? It's one thing to take more classes, more certifications, to delay the execution, because we love to delay the difficult part, right? The actual scary part of going after the dream and goal, right? That's the scary part. But we must execute. Some of us love that analysis paralysis and collecting more coaches and more classes and more things before we take action. I'm telling you, this is your permission to take messy action today and execute. And allow it to be messy. It's okay. All right, and then the O in CEO stands for opportunity. I want you to be open for opportunity. Any opportunity. Now, if you're doing this consistent daily action, you're doing this constant reflection, you're intentional with your dreams and goals, you're intentional with your relationships, you do this reflection of what can you do differently tomorrow, you're gonna slowly and actually quickly realize who's in your corner, who's in your inner circle, and open yourself up to other possibilities, and other opportunities are going to present you because you are aligned in pursuit of what is setting your soul on fire. But you got to be open. Open for opportunities, open for possibilities, open to say yes to things that you may not have said yes to before. If it's in alignment, then say heck yes. Be open for it. Be open to learn. Be open to fail. Open for opportunity. Every single day is an opportunity. I always say it's always about the lessons and blessings. So the CEO mindset, are you going to fire yourself today? Were you consistent? Did you educate yourself? Did you execute today? And were you open for opportunities? And what came your way? Okay, so it's more than just fitness. Cruise Beyond Limits is cruising beyond the limits that people, places, spaces, other people's opinions had on you. But most importantly, we cruise beyond the limits that we place on ourselves. And so this is a constant daily action, reaction, reflection, and then we move. We are the CEO of our life. And you are in the driver's seat, my friends. So take consistent daily action. Educate. I put words together too. Educate, but then execute. Educate. Oh, that's cute. Educate, and then be open for opportunities, and let's move. All right, so the last part of this is it starts with you and your self-reflection and your emotional intelligence. The second part of this is the social component. We're not meant to do life alone, my friends. So we must get in community. And we have the Health is Wealth community, right? In Cruise Beyond Limits, we have a Health is Wealth community where we all say yes. We raise our right hand. Maybe it's the Scouts promise, right? I was a Girl Scout. I think it's the 3 fingers. Girl Scouts promise. Or you raise your right hand when I swore to on the Constitution of the United States and the Governor of New York, right? Against all enemies, foreign and domestic, right? Take your hand, put it up. Say, I commit to 34 minutes a day to reduce the stress and overwhelm of life and live a more fulfilling life. So help me God, like my life depends on it, because it does. And I recognize that my health is my wealth, and I'm here for more. So let's go after it. And let's do this together in community. It's non-judgmental. We're here to meet you where you're at, wherever you're at in your fitness journey, wherever you're at in your personal growth journey, and wherever you're at in the world. We're here for you. So keep going, keep showing up, and we will see you next time. If you got to the end of this message and something resonated with you, please send me a message over on Instagram. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to cheer you on, and I'd love to help you move. So let's take some messy action today. What are you going to do right now with what you've got? Now let's go after it. Cheers, everyone. Cruise Beyond Limits.